Hello and welcome back to New World, Rise of the Angry Earth. One of my subscribers asked a good question. What is exactly my Greatsword build? And I decided to go over it in depth and explain why I like it and the pros and cons. So let's do that. We're going to open up our Greatsword. We got it up to 20, and this is what I've done and the thought process behind it. I would say it's kind of evenly weighted, but with a little bit more towards onslaught. And to keep in mind with the Greatsword, you're going to be in one of two stances, either a defiant stance or an onslaught stance. And that's what the onslaught stance does. And quick charge heavy attacks, charge 50% faster, but consume 10 stamina. Stamina is not really an issue with me. I don't really block a lot. And then the Defiance, damage taken is reduced. Outgoing damage is reduced, not good. Guard point blocks incoming attacks while charging a heavy attack. That is good. So, what I usually open with is a heavy attack. And I've set it up this way where we have three main skills. Right here, crosscut. It's just a basic, just a damaging, smashing attack, 3 triple hits, and then that third one really hits for a lot. And also at the end of it, it puts me in onslaught stance. Okay, I have that one. Then we have this one. This one is kind of neat because it actually positions me behind monsters mostly, and this is mostly for PvE, not really PvP. So it positions me behind them where I can get a critical hit. And it also, at the end of that rush, it puts me in onslaught stance again. But this one over here is kind of neat. This is like my, something's going wrong. What this one does is it generates a lot of threat, but then on top of that, it puts me in defiant stance. It removes 2 debuffs off of me. That's really good. And then it weakens them and makes me uninterruptible if I hit somebody with this for 5 seconds. So this is pretty cool. So what I could do is, I also took this, which it enters a onslaught stance after we do a heavy charge. So I'll heavy charge something like this. Hi-ya. That puts me in onslaught stance. And then I'll do a crosscut with onslaught stance already activated. Then I'm still in that. And then I have a choice. Do I want to, if I'm taking a lot of damage already or something, well then I might do this next. And that'll put me in defiant stance only enough for enough time to actually go into this. Because then, right down here, we get empowered, we do the damage, and because I'm in defiant stance, after doing this, I'm in defiant stance, and it heals me for 15% of the damage from that, which is really cool. How I up my overall damage is a few ways. Being in onslaught stance a lot, but then I've got this one. After you gain onslaught, your next attack within 5 seconds is going to be, any kind of attack. If it's this one or that one, kind of nice if it's this one, but increased critical chance by 100%. That doesn't mean it's 100% critical, it's just 100% more than what it was, the percentage. Which ties into this. By landing any critical hit, I regain some stamina. Stamina's not really a big issue, but the 5% base health per second, so a 25% heal is really nice. And I've got this one down here for increased critical hit streaks. When attacking foes with debuffs, they usually do have debuffs on them from doing all this stuff to them. And increases base attack range damage by 15% when attacking foes that are above. Well, that's like a good opener. It just helps with my opener generally. This is debatable, but there's not. I wish there was more flexibility and more options on this. They need a few more on here, I would say. Just a couple, like 2 or 3 more on each of them to really give yourself a choice. Because it's really down to, for me, it's down to this, or some more penetration or something like that, or I just didn't like it. Blocking enters Defiant Stance. That's nice, and that's actually if you're having trouble with absorbing damage and you're getting hit too much, this would leans way towards that. Then you can just get into Defiant Stance very easily. But this is how I get into offensive Onslaught Stance very easily if these are in cooldown. So that is pretty much it. And then this last point, I could spend it anywhere. I didn't mind having the ability to block actual ranged damage as well with the Greatsword, so I've added that into the mix, and we'll see how that works out. But in general, it's getting into Onslaught Stance with this, having the crits, any kind of crit gets healing on me, more crits. Yeah, it's a lot of crits. And then they all add up. So it's kind of like a heavy-handed overswing. Then I usually do crosscut. Then I usually do that. But if I want to get some healing first, I'll go this, then that, and it'll heal me. And I'm constantly getting healed with this too, which keeps me in the ball game. If you're at full health, reduce the damage taken by 20% and gain 20% fortify for 3 seconds. That's kind of a nice thing as well. So that's how I've set this up. And the weapon I use is this one. Let's see if I can actually bring it up. Nope. Like this. Right here. It's a 698, not even a 700 yet. I'll get there. I went with the Retaliate gem. I could get a better one in there. But anytime I get hit, which I get hit a lot, I get, not hard, but I get hit a lot, so I'm doing plus 10% damage all the time. The Keen is for more critical hits so that I can get those heals on me rolling. And Relentless Freedom activates the Relentless Rush. It removes a root, any slows, and it increases the critical strike of that thing by 20%. And then I have life stealing on there as well to keep me in the fight. And all these different things add up. These pants are really good from the Soul Trial. That final Soul Trial is hard to do, and then you unlock all that stuff for it. But it unlocks pretty defensive things, and then you get 35 and 35 to Strength and, for me, Constitution and Strength. And I've really upped the Strength, or the Constitution, quite a bit to the point where I have 23,000 health almost. And I just take these guys apart, and I'm healing for 5 seconds. I heal for over 5,000, 6,000 health because of my skill, the skill tree that I went with. Oh, and then this Oda Flail, I believe. I mean, it says that you deal 20% more damage to stunned foes. Works on both weapons. So does that work with that too? So if you stun anything, or if anything gets stunned, and you're hitting with this actually buffs that as well. So I like it a lot. Block heal for 5% of base health, pretty cool. 3-second cooldown, but not as cool as this. The healing from that is quite a bit, and that's what I do. That's how it works out. So far, so good. There's probably way better, but this is what I do, and this is what I like. So I hope it helps. And I'm about to add another video, either 12 more chests. It's 12 Elite Beast chests. So I like it a lot. And if you ever want to climb up on this statue, I'll make that video next. But then if you ever want to climb up on this statue, here's the secret. Don't aim for there. Aim for like right at his shoulder, right up there. Let's see if I can do it on the first try. Nope. I'll only give it 2 more tries. Let's put this away and just walk like normal people here. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I didn't even jump. Last try. Usually I get it within 2 shots, but there we go. Very nice. And then once you're up here, you gotta do this. There we go. Pretty cool. And you can pet your horse with G. Or your You can pet any of your pets, I'd imagine. Have a good one, guys, and enjoy. Pretty cool. Horse on a statue.